Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
If you're drunk, blasted, intoxicated,
ripped,
plastered, destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
We here at Clark's Pet Emporium welcome you to bring in your pets. We know that having your pet with you makes the experience of shopping for them even better. And we welcome you to bring your kids also. Clark's Pet Emporium, your pet's second best friend.
Hey, look! It's Dwight Goodman!
Boom! This place is hot. Let's see if anyone needs my help. How about I drive you madman home, huh?
I got this, Dwight. I'm the designated driver. Boom.
Sweet. Does anyone need Dwight's help getting home tonight?
No thanks, Romeo. I've got a taxi all lined up.
Drive safe, Dwight.
Boom! Boom!
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Kias arriving daily, you'll love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Kia from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Kia on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestakia.com.
Burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This is...
in games for just not getting the communication where it needs to be quicker. And then it's, sometimes the management. There was a moment, and I totally forgot about it. There's so much that we're talking about, but it was after New Mexico scored to make it 34-16. They had to go for 2.
Yeah.
But yet they sent the field goal unit out there and had to take a timeout in the second half.
Well, just being in coaching, you always have a 2-point guide, have a 2-point chart up in the box, and okay, we're getting to a certain situation when you got to be able to know based on the points when and when not to go for 2, and you usually designate that to somebody. It's typically someone up in the press box, and so I don't know how they've organized it or how they do it at UNM, but typically there's a guy that's yelling down so you don't run into those mistakes where you have to use a timeout. But what he said about the NMSU team was interesting because Jerry Kill is a good coach. They had the coach before that they had there,
Doug Martin.
Doug Martin. I thought he was a good coach. That's not the issue. They have a good coach. That's fine. Our little brothers, I'm happy for them that they win on occasion, and they're winning this year and they're winning now, and they beat us on occasion. But that's why they're playing well. They're well coached. Jerry's done a really good job down there, and I it's great. Even before the season, when I talked about it, I said, hey, this guy's a good coach now. I mean, he doesn't. His resume is not. He didn't just build his resume at New Mexico State. He came with some accolades before he even got there, and like you said, the penalties and the. And the missed tackles and those kind of things, we were expecting a better defensive stand, and they played decently defense, but like you said, turnovers, that's why offense worries you. That's why the old school, older than me guys, 3 yards in a cloud of dust and punt the ball. Don't throw it because too many bad things could happen when you throw it, and those bad things happened, and as a result, we got what we got against Nevada. That's not saying that this is a bad team. It's poorly coached or something, was done bad. Even though the timeout with the 2-minute, I don't know if those timeouts really factored into the game at all, but at the same time, I can understand the frustration of the fans.
Because the Lobos, they came down in the final couple minutes that they scored and missed the 2-point conversion at the end to make it an 8-point game, and so that's at that point, maybe if you make the 2-point conversion and get the onside kick, that was the frustrating thing about it because you had to have so many things go your way to get back into that game when you dig yourself a 24-0 hole in the first half, and I was surprised. Regardless of what the record says of this team in Mountain West play, I thought this was the chance for them to take that step, and a swing and a miss.
Big swing and a miss, and it's unfortunate. But like you said, it's got 4 games left. Let's let something happen in these next 2 games. Then you can start getting on that train of I guess not expecting us to finish with a winning record or those kind of things or get into a bowl or anything. But you still have to play the rest of these games, and I still feel confident that this team can somehow muster enough wins to get into a bowl.
They got to win 3 of the last 4 games.
Yes, and it's tough sledding.
UNLV at Fresno
but
State,
you got to believe.
At Boise State,
yeah,
and then Utah State.
That's the at Boise at Fresno. Whew, rough sledding.
And Broncos look good.
Yes.
They took out Wyoming this weekend on the blue turf.
But Fresno's even more of a challenge.
Fresno's really good. And we just saw that this UNLV team that is coming to University Stadium
I saw
play Fresno State to 1-score game. Yeah. And that's a challenge. Nothing is going to be easy for the Lobos. When you are trying to turn the corner, when you're trying to dig yourself out of something, nothing is going to be given to you as a football team. You got to find your way to take it each and every single week.
Yes, and when you get someone at home, you gotta take advantage of home field. I mean, that's something that they're going to have to do, and they're going to have to try to steal one on the road. So it's just one of those challenges, and you got to be up for the challenge. And I know a Lobo fan is frustrated. Even it's even more painful when your little brothers to the south are winning. It's hard, and so I get it, Lobo fan. But don't give up the faith yet. Don't give up hope yet.
Well, taking advantage of home field, the Detroit Lions coming out of the last week's 38-6 loss at Baltimore. They got the Raiders tonight. And this is a team that I expect to bounce back. Jared Goff at home in that atmosphere. I think the points are going to be there. And the one thing that you talked about with the Lions is you just want to see the defense get a little bit better. They addressed a lot of it in the offseason. They have a standout pass rusher in Hutchinson, and this is one of those moments. You look, all right, the Lions got their knees bitten off last week. Now they should be able to respond at home.
Yeah, and they're at home. And so, and Crosby's a pretty good pass rusher for the Raiders. Yeah. So we're going to see, and the Raiders, they are the Raiders, so they're going to have fans in Detroit. Believe it or not, there's going to be a lot of Raider fans at that game. And so I'm expecting a really good Monday Night Football game tonight. But Aiden Hutchinson, I really like the defensive end for Detroit. But I got to see Detroit really take a stand defensively against this Raider offense, particularly with the Raiders being so down on offense. I'm expecting to see, the Detroit Lions really, put their stamp on this game and put their stamp on the league as far as where they stand, as far as the better teams in this league.
They're 7.5-point favorites. David Montgomery is still out, but Jahmyr Gibbs, the rookie first-round pick they took out of Alabama, will be in the lineup. Jimmy Garoppolo is expected to return offensively for the Raiders. And I think I'm right there with you. You set the tone defensively. Jared Goff getting back on track. And that's a game, though, if you're Detroit, you wanted to see. As it's not a good loss, but okay. This Ravens defense last week was really good. And it took away a lot of things they liked to do with the football. Now you said you're not getting the same defense in the Raiders. But Detroit to be contenders, this is that bounce back game you're looking for.
Right. And I expect them to bounce back. I mean, I expect Detroit to show up on a Monday night in Detroit with the offense, clicking on all cylinders. That receiving group is really special in Detroit. And, I'm expecting to see the Detroit put up a lot of points, but by the same token, you got to keep them out of the end zone, especially on, when you're at home, you got your crowd and everything, the noise. You got to keep the Raiders out of the end zone. And so we're going to see tonight if Detroit is for real. This will tell you if they're for real or not.
Monday Night Football right here on The Sports Animal. We are your home for Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday Night Football. Of course, Monday Night Football coverage will begin after 2 Men On. The boys joining you at 4 o'clock. We have the Jim Rome Show coming up next. Colin Cowherd at 1 o'clock. I want to thank Global Head Football Coach Danny Gonzalez for joining us. Our quarterback, Ned James. Always fun hanging out talking football. DC, good stuff. We will be back with you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Everybody, Meta World, peace and love. Have a great day.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on Pro View Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach. My teacher. My older sister. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
Young driver, this one. Hard to get her out. She'd been drinking. This one. Both of them gone. They'd been drinking, and he drove clear off the road. This was my family. Drunk driver hit us. And my wife and our daughter, they didn't make it.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.